Welcome back to Steeped in Storytelling, where every cup is a portal to the interconnected power of story, science, and sound. This is an episode about what's fading, how words change, and what we can choose to carry forward. Today we're sipping a tisane full of berries, mint, rose, and hibiscus. Linguists estimate that a language dies every 2 weeks. Nope, not a typo. Nearly 3,000 of the world's 7,000 languages are endangered. Some have only one living speaker. The majority of languages under threat are indigenous. The world's 20 most common languages are spoken by half of the world's population. Each has more than 50 million speakers. Most languages are spoken by fewer than 10,000 people. But language doesn't disappear in silence. It vanishes in colonization, in war, in migration, in social pressure to conform. And yet, there's also revival. Revival efforts are happening everywhere. In Hawai'i, Olelolo Hawai'i is taught in schools again. In Aotearoa, Te Roa Maori is on billboards, apps, and in song. In indigenous communities across North America, language nests and digital tools help children learn ancestral tongues at home. Let's try something together. I've recently learned words from 3 endangered languages. I'm not skilled at pronouncing them, yet, but I notice the feeling I have in my body trying to say them. It feels new and unsteady, but reminds me of my own journey and connection to the land. Take a breath and repeat aloud if you like. Hojo. A Navajo Diné-Bizad word, Hojo means balance, harmony, beauty, peace. It speaks to existing and moving in right relationship with the world, yourself, others, and the cosmos. Ne puang kwe tawi. Of the Miami language, it means to speak the language again or return to speaking. Once considered dormant, it has been revitalized by the Miami tribe of Oklahoma in partnership with Miami University in Ohio. This word represents hope, reconnection, and cultural healing through language reclamation. Oswali. It means good day, a general well-wishing greeting in Lushootseed, a Coast Salish language of the Pacific Northwest, spoken by several tribes in Washington state. Preservation isn't just about linguistic accuracy. It's about rhythm, ceremony, humor, and lullabies. The process of relearning or preserving a language can restore community cohesion and sense of identity. From a neuroscience perspective, learning language fires up multiple regions of the brain: auditory, motor, memory, and emotion centers. Today's word, hand. An appendage of digits on the forelimb. A noun and a verb. Often a symbol of presence and impact. Like in cave paintings, a palm print pressed in pigment to say, I was here. In English, we use hand everywhere. We give a hand. We lend a hand. We raise our hand. We try our hand. We make something by hand. We hand it down. We press hand to heart. We hold hands. In sign language, hands are also a voice. It's your grammar, your tone, your inflection. It's your question mark, your exclamation, your whisper, your shout. Here's an example. The ASL sign for understand is made with the dominant hand at the temple of the head. The index finger flicks upward, like a light turning on. It's not just a word, it's a metaphor and an action. a burst of clarity, a gesture of light. There are over 300 sign languages worldwide. Embodied words, gestures, and phrases that interweave cognition, memory, hand movement, and emotion. Time for the book nook. First up, The Perfumist of Paris by Alka Joshi. In this novel, scent becomes its own kind of language, a memory-laced medium of identity, resistance, and inheritance. It blends sensory storytelling with generational voice, asking how culture travels through the body, through scent, and through silence. A reminder that some stories aren't written. They're worn, inhaled, and remembered. Second is the audiobook, Shakespeare's Original Pronunciation, Speeches and Scenes Performed as Shakespeare Would Have Heard Them, narrated by Ben Crystal and Company. They perform some of Shakespeare's best-known poems, monologues, and scenes, but not in the Laurence Olivier tone we're used to. Based on linguistic research, they approximate Elizabethan London English, which lowers pitch, engages deeper resonance, and is rather earthy. And the result is more nuance, humor, and rhyme. Definitely an audiobook that changed how I perceive the evolution of my first language. Before we close, I want to acknowledge my place in the story. I'm a white, hearing narrator and a native speaker of English. This episode touches on languages, lineages, and voices that are not mine. I honor the communities who carry endangered languages, who sign their truths, who work to preserve and revive the stories that shaped them. I speak today with deep respect and ongoing humility. I hope I can hold this space as one of learning, listening, and shared reverence for all the ways we communicate and all the voices worth protecting. Let these questions steep. What words have disappeared from your family, your culture, your story? Whose words have shaped yours? What words do you long to return to your body? What stories are waiting to be remembered through you? Every time you speak a word once thought forgotten, or listen for meaning in silence, you're part of a revival. Next time on Steeped in Storytelling, we'll talk about how stories and sound build sanctuaries where we feel safe, seen, and softly held. Until then, sip gently and let your stories steep.